everyone, welcome to Yoga with Danielle. Today we're going to do a little bit of a slower, gentler practice, and all we're going to need is a yoga block. And if you don't have a yoga block, you can use just a pillow off of your couch. You can even use one from your bedroom as well. It's really just like as an extra prop just to enhance some of the poses so we get a little bit of a deeper stretch and feel a little bit more of a lift. So go ahead and grab a pillow or a block, okay? And we're going to start seated, and you're welcome to start seated just on the ground if that feels comfortable to you. Today I'm going to sit on my pillow actually, just to lift up my hips a little bit higher. Good, and then we're just going to bring one hand onto our heart and one hand onto our lower abdominals. I invite you to close your eyes and take a few deep inhales in through your nose and out through your mouth. And then slowly start to find the rhythm of your breath. Breathing into your hands. And not forgetting about the back body. So how are you filling up space through your upper back, your low back, as you breathe? Slowly release your hands. Take a nice big deep inhale in through your nose. Big exhale out through your mouth. Then blinking your eyes open. Okay. And we'll switch the cross of our legs. And again, you can switch out your pillow or your block if you'd like it to sit on the ground. That's absolutely fine. Okay, so we're going to come into a little wrist stretch. So we're going to start with the left hand forward. Okay, fingers up towards the sky, flexing and pressing through the palm of the hand. Okay, and then roll your shoulders back. Good, okay, and then we're going to turn our fingertips down towards the mat, down towards the ground. Again, press your palm forward. Feel your fingertips move back into space, giving yourself a nice big stretch through your forearms. Okay, good. And sitting up nice and tall as best you can, we're going to take our hand and we're going to gently pull our pinky finger back. Take a nice big deep inhale here, and then easy exhale out. Good, and then we'll switch and we'll pull our ring finger back. Keep spreading your fingers out nice and wide as best you can. Good, and releasing middle finger. And again, as you pull back, your fingers might want to fold in. See if you can spread your fingers out nice and wide. And exhale, good, moving towards your index finger. Good, and then from here, again, spread your fingers wide, roll your shoulders back, sit up nice and tall. Good, moving to the thumb, pulling your thumb back, spreading your fingers out really wide. And gently release. Go ahead and make fists with your hands. Give your hand a little shake. Great, and then we'll switch sides. So right hand presses forward, spreading your fingers out nice and wide. Roll your shoulder back into your spine, into your shoulder socket. Good, and then flip your fingertips down. So I'm just waving down. Again, fingertips down, press through the heel or the palm of your hand to stretch your wrist and your forearms out a little bit more. Great, and then we'll add the finger stretch, okay? And again, gently moving the pinky finger back. Spread your fingers wide. Breathe in. Exhale out. Ring finger, and again, pull back. Spread your fingers wide. Press through the heel of your hand. Sit up nice and tall. Release middle finger. Good, and this one might get a little bit harder, so you want to try to spread your fingers out as best you can. Release, index finger. Sit up even taller, spread your fingertips, or spread your fingers out nice and wide. Good, and then your thumb. Keep spreading, keep lifting. Good, gently release, make a fist, shake your hands out. Wonderful, really nice, good, okay. Good, okay, so same thing, we're gonna press the palms of our hands and fingertips up towards the sky. We're gonna press our arms out to the sides, okay? And then really flex through the wrists, stretch out nice and strongly, roll your shoulders back. Good, and then you're gonna bring your fingers in and you're gonna press the backs of your hands with your fist, okay, out to the side, okay? And again, you know, you might notice if you're hyperextending, you might not feel as big of a stretch, so you might have to micro bend your elbows, and that's fine, just feeling a nice big stretch through the backs of your hands and your forearms a little bit here. Great, and then gently release, and again, shake your hands out, shake your wrists out, give them a nice little shake here. Great, really nice, good. Okay, and then we'll switch the cross of our legs again. And we'll gently fold forward, and again, this is where you can kind of ditch your pillow or your block if you want to ground your hips. If you're feeling a little extra tight, just stay lifted up onto your pillow or block. Good. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Slowly coming right back up to seated, reaching your arms up over your head. Exhaling, hands at your heart center. Inhaling, arms reach up over your head. Interlace your hands, press your palms up towards the sky as best you can. Slide your shoulders up towards your ears. And then find some length here through your spine as you drop your shoulders down, creating a little more space through your neck and your shoulders. Seeing if you can not use your arms, okay, just using your abdominals. We're going to switch the cross of our legs. Of course, use your arms if you need to, and then exhaling, just slowly fold forward, forward fold. Good, again, shaking your head yes, shaking your head no. Coming right on up, arms reach up over your head. Exhaling, hands at your heart center. Inhaling, arms reach up, interlace your hands, press your palms up towards the sky. Again, slide those shoulders up towards your ears. Find length through your side bodies. Exhaling, keep the lift as you drop the shoulders down to create space for your neck. Okay, good. And then we'll bring our legs into Baddha Konasana, okay? So soles of the feet together, knees out nice and wide. Good, and then dropping your arms just down by your sides. Good, let's bring our left ear to our left shoulder, getting a nice little stretch through our neck. Good, maybe drop your chin down towards your chest. Again, still on this angle here, so you get the back side of your neck. Good, and then bringing your ear back up. Good, let's do that one more time. So it's just like a little nod. Shifting the angle of the stretch. Good. Okay, and then we'll switch to the other side. Right ear to right shoulder. Sitting up nice and tall. Belly button into your spine. Good, and then dropping your chin just gently towards your chest or shoulder, I should say. So you're still at an angle here. Good. Coming right back up. Ear towards your shoulder. Ear towards the sky. Good. And then we'll do that one more time. Good, coming right back up, bringing your head back in line with your spine. And then we'll come into side body stretches, okay? So just reaching over to one side, feeling a nice big stretch through the rib cage, in between each rib. Good, and then switching sides. Good, let's do that one more time on each side. Using your breath to help you connect with your body, to release a little bit more tension with each breath that you take, okay? You'll find softness, maybe you'll find a little bit more of a lift. Good, coming right back up. And then slowly let's fold forward, just over your hips, just nice and gentle here. Good. Inhaling, slowly rise up to come right back up to seated, okay? And then we'll take that pillow or block, okay? And we'll bring it underneath our knees, okay? So we're gonna gather your knees together, and then you'll just slide the pillow just under, just toward the backs of your legs. So your knees will be slightly lifted, and then your heels will be on the ground, okay? And, you know, all of this stuff, you know, you've seen before in class, okay? So nothing should feel like totally crazy or anything, okay? And this is, you know, again, a more relaxing, kind of morning stretching class for us today, okay? So from here, let's go ahead and reach our arms up over our head, flex through your feet, sitting up nice and tall, okay? We're gonna move through our sun salutations. So inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward, forward fold. Inhaling, lengthen up halfway. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, okay? So fingertips to your shins, roll your shoulders back. Nice long spine. You might be pitched slightly forward just a little bit. Exhaling, slowly bow back down, forward fold. Inhaling to slowly rise up to come up to seated, up to our standing. Exhaling, hands at your heart center. Okay, so we'll move through two more little half sun A's here. Okay, so inhaling, arms reach up over your head. Exhaling, folding forward over your hamstrings, over your legs. Inhaling, lengthening up halfway. Again, draw your fingertips to your shins, roll your shoulders back. Exhaling, bow forward, forward fold. Inhaling to slowly rise up to come all the way back up to standing, up to seated. Exhaling, hands at your heart center. Last one, inhaling, reach your arms up over your head. Exhaling, lengthening forward, forward fold. Inhaling, lengthening up halfway, flat back, roll your shoulders, lift your chest and your heart. Exhaling, round forward, round your spine, forward fold. Inhaling to slowly rise up to come all the way back up to seated. Exhaling, hands at your heart center. Good. Okay, let's go ahead and just fold forward, and we'll hang out here in our forward fold. Okay, if you want to hang on to your ankles, the outer edges of your feet, the tops of your feet. If you have both props, okay, your pillow and a block, you can always bring the block around your feet for a little bit deeper stretch. Okay, lots of options here. Strap. Okay, whatever you're choosing to do, roll your shoulders back and soften over your hamstrings. And I like to shift from side to side. You can shake your head yes and no. Any small little movement here is absolutely welcome, just to open up the back body and the hamstrings as well. Okay, so remembering this isn't purely a hamstring stretch. This is also opening up our spine, and we should feel a stretch through our spine as well. Good. Gently rise up to come all the way back up to seated. And then we'll slowly take our pillow off to the side. Good. And we're going to make our way onto our backs. So hugging your knees into your chest as you slowly roll down, hugging in and gently just rocking from right to left. And then let's actually circle our legs together. So both knees are going to move over to the right. Just 3 little stirs. 2, 1 more, 3. And then we'll slowly reverse the circle, keeping the knees going in the same direction. So 3 in the other direction. This should feel good on your low back, your sacrum. Good. Okay, coming to the center. Now our knees are going to move in opposite directions. So opening the knees out nice and wide away from each other and circling them down and around and up. Just 3 times, again, just nice and slow. Good, we'll reverse the circle, moving in the opposite direction, moving the knees away from one another, cleaning out the hip joint. Great, and then give yourself one last little hug here, hugging in, rocking from side to side. Sliding your feet down onto your mat. Okay. Slowly, we're going to come up into bridge pose. Inhaling, lift your hips up towards the sky. Feet, knees, hips, all hip distance apart. Grounding down through your feet, lift your hips up even higher. Press down through the backs of your arms. And then slowly lower down, nice and slow. Right ankle crosses up and over your left knee, figure 4 glute stretch, and releasing your hands around your left hamstring. And again, inviting yourself, welcoming any little movements, any shifting from right to left, that's absolutely fine. Releasing your hands down. Keeping the right leg on top here. We're going to cross our right leg up and over our left knee now. So we're really hugging our inner thighs in, okay? And then folding your knees into your chest. And then hanging on, just to like little knobs on your shin bones here, okay? Or you can start to move your hands down your shins towards your ankles if you want to come into a little bit deeper glute stretch. Or you can just keep your hands just on your knees, okay? And figure 4 glute stretch is always an option to do that and repeat that again. Okay, so we're just moving into a little bit deeper hip stretch on this right side. Keep softening your shoulders down. Good, releasing your legs, hug your right knee into your chest, extend your left leg out nice and long, and then again, we'll do those 3 little circles with the right hip and knee moving 3 times in one direction. And then we'll slowly reverse the direction, moving in the opposite direction. Okay, giving yourself again a little hug here. Bring your forehead to your knee. Find a little bit of activation in your abdominals. Exhaling, release as you slowly straighten your right leg up towards the sky, grabbing onto the back of the hamstring. And again, if you want to use a strap, you can. We're not going to stay here too long, so don't worry too much about it, okay? And then just flexing and pointing through your right foot. Making any circles here with your ankle. And switching the direction. Staying for just a few more deep breaths. Good. Bending your right knee back into your chest. Twisting, bringing your right knee over to the left. Okay, and right arm will reach out to the right. Again, if you have space, or you can always come into cactus arms, and you can even keep your hands connected to your body on your rib cage or a hand on your knee. That's absolutely fine. Okay. Just taking nice full deep breaths, and again, looking up towards the ceiling or over towards your right hand. Good. Inhaling, slowly come back to the center. And then grounding your right foot down, go to bend your left knee, and then we'll start the series all again for the left side. Okay, so bridge pose first. Ground down through your feet, lift your hips up towards the sky. Press down through the backs of your arms, press into your feet, so lift your hips up even higher. Engage those glutes and hamstrings. See if you can lift all 10 toes up off the mat. Good. Lower all 10 toes back down. If you'd like, see if you can hover your heels up off the mat. Lower your heels back down. Lift your hips up a little bit higher. Exhaling, slowly lowering down, nice and slow. Left ankle crosses up and over your right knee. Figure 4 glute stretch. And again, finding this energetic pull in as you press your left knee away from you. Okay, so we're staying always active in our postures, even when we're relaxed and stretching, we're always finding just a little bit of resistance. Good. Exhaling, release your hands, release your leg. Keeping this left leg on top, we're going to cross our left leg up and over our right leg, squeezing our inner thighs in, wrapping our inner thighs in, folding your knees into your chest for a little bit deeper glute stretch. And again, figure 4 is always an option. You can stay there. And again, if you want to go deeper, you'll walk your hands towards your ankles, moving your ankles away from one another. And then again, dropping your tailbone down. And again, find this resistance in the posture. And again, you can even find that here with just your hands on your knees or your shin bones here. And again, just finding a little bit of that resistance, heaviness through the hips. Releasing your legs. Left knee will stay in towards your chest. Right leg will lengthen out onto the mat, and 3 hip stirs in each direction. So again, just circling your hips. And reversing the circle 3 times. Hugging your knee in, forehead to your knee, find a little bit of that core activation. Drop your shoulders down. Exhale, you release as you reach this left leg up towards the sky for the hamstring stretch. Good. And again, we'll point and flex through our ankle here. Good. And then I did 5 circles on the first side. Okay, so if you remember what you did on the first side, try to do this on the second side. So I did 5 circles in each direction. Again, if you did less than that or more than that, that's fine. Okay, just try to create a little bit of balance in your body. And then reversing the circle. Just staying for a few more deep breaths here in the hamstring stretch. Okay, good. Bending your left knee into your chest. Supine twist. Left knee comes over to the right. Arms can reach out to the side. And again, focus can be anywhere that feels comfortable on your neck. And again, wherever space you have, goalpost arms, cactus arms, hands can be attached to your body, whatever you have room for here to, explore this twist, to enjoy this twist, take those variations. Okay, good. Inhaling, slowly come back up to the center. Gently bending both your knees in, hugging your knees into your chest, bringing your forehead to your knees, getting really small and compact here. Okay, good. And then we're going to slowly just come on up to seated. You can come up to seated however you like, okay? So you can roll onto your side to press up. You can rock forward and backwards a few times if you'd like. Okay, good. Okay, and then just, I'm going to scooch back on my mat here, okay? So I'm going to have my legs as wide as my mat, as long as that feels okay on my hip joints, okay? And my arms are just going to reach back behind me. My fingertips, you know, are fanning out ever so slightly. Eventually, when your shoulders are open, they can face your back and your glutes, okay? So, you know, we're kind of setting up like we're coming into reverse tabletop, but actually we're going to focus just on the hips, okay? So try not to slump here. Try to sit up nice and tall, okay? So your hands are there to help guide your chest forward so you can maintain this nice long posture here, okay? And all we're going to do is fold in one leg, then the other, okay? So internal rotation with the left leg, external rotation with the right leg, okay? And then we're just going to go back and forth. And again, this is really just to kind of clean out the hips, okay? Find some rotation back and forth. So this is, you know, just a little continuation of those like little hip circles that we were doing. Okay, now we're just folding in and out. And you can even, you know, pay attention to your feet a little bit. Notice how, you know, you're kind of rolling in and out through the outer edges and the inner edges of your feet. Noticing how you press into each toe to reset your feet and your knees back up for alignment. Okay, so then it becomes a little bit of an ankle exercise as well too, if you're really mindful about how you're pressing your weight in and out of the floor through your feet. Good. Well, we'll do one more on each side. Okay, great. Okay. And then sitting up nice and tall, I'm going to move my hips back to straighten my legs. And again, we're going to come back into that forward fold. And this is without the block or the pillow this time, but if you still feel like you need it, go ahead and use it right underneath your knees. That's absolutely fine, okay? Just coming into this nice big stretch here. Again, maybe noticing how the back is opened up a little bit more, or maybe you have a little more tension, okay? That's fine. Just noticing all those nuances, all those subtleties in your body. Okay, that's our practice. That's why we practice. Good. Inhaling, slowly come right back up. Good. Okay, grabbing your pillow or your block. Okay, and again, I'm going to demo this with the pillow for today. Okay, so we're going to make our way back onto our backs. And you're going to bring the pillow right in between your legs, okay? And, you know, the pillow or the block, you're going to, you know, squeeze your inner thighs in, okay? So you're staying really active in your inner thighs. You're going to let everything fall over to the right, okay? So I'm rolling completely onto my right side. And as I'm setting myself up here, my hips are stacked, my left hip stacked on top of my right hip. My rib cage and my shoulders are in line with my hips, okay? So I'm in one nice long line from the crown of my head to my tailbone. My knees are slightly forward, okay? And then, of course, you know, everyone's legs are a little bit different. My ankles happen to touch, okay, just because the pillow doesn't go all the way that far down, okay? So from here, you're going to reach your arms forward, okay? So again, shoulders are stacked. And then really try to maintain the stackness here of your hips and your knees, okay? And by pressing into the pillow, that'll help keep the alignment of keeping nice and square in the lower half of your body. Okay, left arm is going to reach back behind you to come into the twist, okay? And this might feel super limited. So right rib cage and right shoulder is going to have to kind of scooch out a little bit towards the right so that your left arm has a little more space to twist over to the left, okay? And as you're doing this, notice if your left hip wants to drop back with your shoulders, okay? And try to maintain the stackness again. Squeeze the block, squeeze the pillow. Try to stack your knees, keep your knees stacked so that we get into a deeper, more active twist here by maintaining the integrity of the pelvis. And we're really twisting from our rib cage, our upper back, okay? So we shouldn't feel any tension in the low back at all. We should actually feel really stable and secure in the low back. You're going to find most of, your tension, your tightness in the upper back, which is where we have less rotation in our spine. Okay, so keep squeezing the block, keep breathing. And don't worry if your shoulder is up or down. It's not about what the pose looks like, it's how it feels. So notice your sensations. Keep nice and active on the pillow or the block. Take a nice big deep inhale here. Exhaling, slowly releasing. Oh my goodness, coming right back to the center. And take a moment just to find this neutral spine if you'd like. Nice long spine. Great, and then we'll move to the other side, okay? So again, pillow or block in between your legs. Let everything fall over to the left, and then stacking everything up, okay? So setting up that alignment, knees are stacked, hips are stacked, my upper body's in line with my hips, arms are gonna reach forward. Okay, squeezing the pillow or the block, and then reaching this right arm back for the twist, and then again, I have to move my left rib cage and shoulder to the left, okay, so just move it slightly forward so that I can find a little bit more spiraling through the rib cage and upper back. And then again, notice if your hip wants to fall, keep that squeeze on the pillow and the block. Keep your knees as best you can stacked, hips stacked. Again, your pelvis, your lower body is stable as you're twisting from the upper back rib cage. Don't worry again if your arm is touching the ground or not. You can always, again, if you're really tight, you can always slide another pillow underneath your shoulder. I didn't even think about that until this side. Okay, so you've got lots of options here. Good, you can even bend your arm in if it's too much as well, okay? Lots of options. Good, breathing here. Squeezing the pillow or the block. Good. On your next inhale, slowly release, coming back to the center. And again, find this nice neutral spine. And then slowly just hug your knees back into your chest, giving yourself a nice big hug. And we'll make our way into Shavasana when you're ready. Okay, I'm going to slide my pillow underneath my knees again, just for a little added support and to release a little bit of tension in my low back. And again, you can do this with a block or your pillow, okay? Another yoga mat, a towel you can slide under as well too, okay? And then just reaching your palms up towards the sky. Closing your eyes. Allowing yourself to receive the benefits of your practice. Reconnecting with your breath. slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, gently shifting your head from side to side. Reaching your arms up over your head when you're ready. And gathering your knees into your chest, making your way onto your side. And then using your arms and your legs to help you come up to a seated position. Good, and then let's place, again, one hand on our heart, one hand on our navel. And just being in gratitude for your practice, thanking yourself for practicing today, allowing yourself to connect with your body, with your breath. And just being reminded of what brings you to this place, what brings you to your mat. What does it mean to you to have this physical practice? How it allows you to connect with your body, connect with your nervous system. How it brings joy, happiness, presence into your life. Bringing your hands together at your heart center. Take a nice big deep inhale in through your nose. Big exhale out through your mouth. And slowly just begin to smile in honor of your practice. Namaste. Thank you everyone for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed it and we'll see you all next week. Bye.